These large parties are unsafe and can cost Angelenos their lives. That is why tonight I'm authorizing the city to shut off Los Angeles Department of Water and Power Service in the egregious cases in which houses, businesses, and other venues are hosting unpermitted large gatherings.
Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about Eric Garcetti and the city of LA. He has now authorized the city to shut off water and power services to any households, businesses, or otherwise that are hosting large parties or events. Now we have went full commie in the United States. You have a group of people who are willing to take away your constitutional rights to gather, to freely speak. We're seeing censorship on the internet so bad that even the President of the United States is suffering from it. These are reprehensible people. They do not want to work with you. They do not want to believe in anything you believe in. They don't want you to have your basic rights. These are the same people that many years ago would have petitioned for Jack Kevorkian to be left alone and let him do his job. These people don't understand that their rules don't apply to everybody, and they shouldn't. There's no reason why you should say, well, we're going to take your basic human rights, your human necessities. So if one person has one too many people at their home or at their business, their power or electric gets shut off. Now, what happens when there's a person in that home that had nothing to do with that person bringing people into the home, and they're on oxygen, they're on equipment to keep themselves alive? You turn the electric off on that person, and now you have a person dead that had nothing to do with COVID. We've often asked the question, since we can't get normal life right, how in the world are people supposed to get COVID life right? You're telling me that all these people are not going to screw up. Let me tell you something. The other day we went to 7-Eleven, and they have these wonderful steak fries. They're not that great, but I actually kind of like them. And I got them, and they were full, absolutely full of chemicals. And the point being is if this type of thing is happening all over the United States, where people are trying to combat the virus, but the cause of the virus isn't as bad as the treatment of it, when people are dying because we're trying to fight the virus, that is a mistake. That is a misnomer. And you're compounding misery and injury if you're going to go ahead and take people's electricity and their water. We have a right in this America to gather whether we are safe or not. The Constitution does not stipulate, well, you can have large gatherings, but if it's not safe for everybody, no, you can't. There's nothing in the absolute nothing in the Constitution that says anything about viruses, and we will go a step further. Those gentlemen, their old age was 45 years of age. If they reached 45 years old, they did good. They're not worried about viruses and things that could take them out. No, they weren't worried about those type of things. They were worried about actually living. And you have a choice to go out there in the wild, wild west and take on whatever and not be safe. You have a choice to actually go out and live your life under dangerous circumstances if you want. It's the whole reason why there's things like skydiving invented. There's the whole reason why bungee jumping is invented, because people get a thrill out of actually living life. Maybe it's dangerous to you, maybe it's dangerous to the next person, maybe people don't agree with it, but it's living life. You're finding something that gives you meaning, and if it's worth the risk to you, maybe you do it. But should the government have the right to tell you that this stuff isn't safe and then won't let you do it? We had problems with them trying to regulate alcohol, tobacco, firearms. We were already on that kick. We didn't agree with anything they were trying to do in those regards, because these are things that people have grown up with and have been fine with for generations, and all of a sudden you have a few liberal dimwits that don't like it, and we have to talk about it. And it's not about talking, it's about them getting what they want. The same thing applies here. The Los Angeles mayor, Eric Garcetti, has basically made it to where it's an authoritarian regime. You will do what I deem as safe, or you lose your ability to stay in your home. Because no one's going to stay in their home without electricity or water. They're going to go to a motel, or they're going to up and leave. There was enough reasons to leave Los Angeles to begin with. And what are they going to do? Turn your lights on and tax you for the privilege? Oh, so we hear that you're not going to have parties anymore. You confirmed that you're going to be good boys, and you're going to listen, and you're going to stay in your house like we told you to, right? Okay, so we'll turn your electricity back on. Just don't have any more big parties. Don't have any more big gatherings, okay? Do what we say and everything will be all right. This is what people want of their government. This is acceptable behavior. I just find it really hard to believe that anyone would find this acceptable. It's against your Constitution and it's against your human rights. No politician has any right to take away your electricity and your water. If this is what the government is in the United States, then we are the United States no longer. People like this are trying to turn it into a commie country, a socialist country. That's what socialism is, folks. When they don't get what they want, they stamp you out any way possible. They take your electricity, they take your water, they take your money, they take your firearms, they take your ability to enjoy life. Under the guise that it's all dangerous. I got news for you, all of you, everyone out there. The number one killer in the United States and around the globe is heart disease. That's the number one killer in all of the world. It takes out people from 30 to 80. That is a huge chunk of your lifespan. And it's the number one killer. Do you see riots? Do you have people sitting at home right now not eating fast food? Because right now, the only things that are open are fast foods. You want snack at late at night? McDonald's is it. Point being is we are very limited into what we eat now, and now we're eating worse than we did ever before. We're getting less exercise than ever before. We are all hamsters without a hamster wheel. And that is what the Democrat government wants for all of you. They want you to live free, but you don't have to worry about working, and you can just sit at home all day. And a lot of us would like to argue that's not living. That we like working. That we like earning an income and making our lives better and other people's better around us. We like the comeuppance. We like the challenge. But Democrats, they don't understand that. They think you want a free ride on a couch all day while somebody shovels food in your mouth, and we just have this WALL-E. Remember the movie WALL-E? We have the whole WALL-E situation where human beings are sitting in a chair with cameras in their face, with images in their face all day, all the time, with nothing but commercials. I suggest everyone watch that movie because that's what the Democrats want for all of us. It's a quote-unquote better life. And we gotta ask the question, in LA, one of the number one killers out there is shootings. If you can't stop those type of things, how dare you try to stop COVID? Honestly, stop McDonald's, stop all of these other fast food joints, stop everything in life that is enjoyable, because I got news for you. Almost everything in life has some type of bad juju in it. There's always, you did this, and this happens. That's life, Democrats. That's life, conservative Republicans. We all take our chances. Every day, life is a chance. Every day, life is uncertain. But that is actually the wonderful thing about it. And right now, we're actually being treated as if we're inmates at an asylum. If you don't wear your mask, you're insane, you're horrible. It's kind of funny, I went to a college the other day, and I walked into the building, and they didn't have a sign on the door saying it was mandatory, so I didn't wear my mask. Why should I? And the lady at the desk, oh, you have a mask? Yes, I have a mask. I have a face diaper. Well, you should go ahead and put that on. You suggest it, but I don't have to listen to you. There's no sign on the door. Well, it's mandatory all over the place. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm here to spend a whole bunch of money. If you want me to, I'll leave. The whole entire point of this is that capitalism can save your butt in many, many extremes, and we did that right there in that essence. They weren't willing to kick me out because I was about to spend a whole bunch of money at their college. You see, all of this type of stuff is political in nature. They want you to bend down. They want you to suckle at their teat. Kneel before Zod. That's what these people want. That's what they expect. And if you don't do it, we're going to find some type of way that we can do you over. And I hope, Black American, I hope you're seeing this. I hope you're seeing that, because the first people that they're going to take electricity and water from is probably going to be in the ghettos. There's probably going to be in poor neighborhoods. You think they're going to stop the Beverly Hill people from going out and having a great time? No, they're not. Andrew Cuomo already proved that from CNN. He says he's got coronavirus, and he's got the dog going downstairs and going back up to his family, and then a week later his family's got COVID. Duh! Well, dogs don't get it. Well, it gets on their fur, and your family's petting it upstairs after you get done petting it, dummy. And you're telling everybody your whole family's on quarantine, and then you're at some other property trying to build a new estate, a new property for yourself, building a building. This is the type of things the Democrat minds have really come up for. Really, they need to come up for air and breathe a little, get a little oxygen into their brain. Maybe they've been wearing the mask too much. Maybe just that mask is on too tight, or it's been on there for too long. But I would say that they were dumb way before they ever put masks on, because they're not thinking straightly, or they're just vile dictators. And for all of this talk about Donald Trump being this dictator, guess what, Democrats? You're the ones that are sitting there putting people on lockdown, telling people that if they don't stop having their parties and stop having their get-togethers and don't put your masks on, if you don't do any of that, then we're going to take your electricity. We're going to take your water. We're going to take your ability to live at that home. For all the talk about Donald Trump being a dictator, Democrats, I see you as the dictator. He's not the one saying that he's going to take from us. Even on your campaign trail, you're talking about taxing more. You're not even trying to hide taking everyone's stuff anymore. It's an open thing to take everyone's stuff. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. They're not going to just attack the rich. Believe me, they love the rich. They take money from Soros and Bill Gates all the time. They have no problem with the rich people, just like the Republicans, because money talks. But you Democrats, as a group, have grown to be bigger dictators than Donald Trump could have ever imagined to be. Anyway, you folks have a wonderful afternoon, a good night, a good morning, whichever. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that around here. Also, drop a comment down below. We like to talk with you, we like to speak with you, and we like to pick your brain. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you don't hit the notification bell, YouTube sometimes has a problem getting our videos to you. God bless each and every one of you. See ya.